So in the last video, I kind of explained that my feet were getting quite cold. And you know, these are old boots. And the reason why my feet were getting so cold is because there was a hole in the bottom of the boot. Now, this isn't all crap, this is glue. So I don't recommend doing it, but I basically used a decent amount of bloody strong glue to clog that hole up, and it's done the job for the most part. I might need to do a bit again to seal the deal, but for the rest of it, there was little splits down the rubber here and everything. And you know, I'm a big believer of keeping boots. If they're still good, use them. That's why I got the new soles, and you can kind of see, yeah, he's been using them for a while. But you know, I'm not going to throw out a decent pair of boots if I can still use them. No way. No bloody way. And you can see all the times I've been using the gear shift on this boot as well. I've had these for a long time. Oh, that's the way to wake yourself up in the morning. That is the way to wake yourself up in the morning. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time is. Hello to you. As of the point of recording this, I have 4 days until I trade this motorcycle in for a new one, so I've given her a nice clean up. And my last trip to Aylesbury left the gears sticky, the back brake was a little bit sticky at points, the kickstand sticky. It wasn't very healthy. Healthy? Nah. It wasn't very clean. It was clogged up. And the reason for that is the amount of crap that's in the rain recently. I'm no scientist, so I would imagine it's got something to do with the cold. More crap is going up into the atmosphere of the water, and it all mixes up there in those lovely clouds, comes down as this sort of like muck. Come on, in your own time. Thank you. Which is interesting. So that makes motorcycles, cars, the roads, everything a lot more dirty. So cleaning all that off, make it nice and clean and shiny, so when I do trade in, it looks and feels a bit better, or a lot better, than what it did. So yeah, she's nice and tidy and clean again. Now if I would have been knocked off my bike there, you know, I'd fall over, maybe hurt my arm or something. Nothing I can't walk off, or shake off. But the most damaging thing I would think would be purely the fact that this is being traded in a matter of days. This guy's just got me off my bike. You know, it's good damage to his car. He's the one that caused the incident by not looking. I'm sure there's room for debate on that one, but hey. And yeah, that would have hurt quite a lot. Like I said, the damage to myself, pride, doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is the bike currently in this situation. The cleaner I can keep this, the better condition I can keep it. You know, with you know, keeping it oiled, keeping the chain good, everything nice and clean. You know, the more comfortable I feel about selling on this bike, and the better I feel when the next person grabs it and takes it for their own. And I really hope someone looks after this bike. It has been an absolute little nippy little can't even get my words out. He's getting all emotional. It's been constantly reliable apart from when I first got it, because the guys at the garage decided, oh, you know, we're when they've done the work to the bike to make it nice and clean and shiny and everything's mechanically working, doing the MOT and all that, they forgot to turn the fuel tap back on. So here I am on a motorcycle which is constantly running out of fuel because the fuel isn't going from the tank into the engine. Or I even called up the garage and I said, guys, what the hell's going on with this? It's constantly conking out, it's stalling, it's not happening. And the guy said, oh yeah, just ring up your insurance and bring it in. I was like, no. I'm 2 miles away from my house. For me, that's a big deal. Because I've never broken down before or anything of the sort. So I'm saying to him, you need to come and pick this bike up. And then I managed to get it home eventually after conking out like another 4 or 5 times. Along comes my dad and he just goes whoop on the fuel tap and off we go. It's working fine. I didn't bother calling him back. I never have ever since. The Brick Hill is one of my most favourite places to ride, mainly because it's got a nice amount of scenery. It's a giant bloody hill. And it may not look big from here, but once you're up there, there's a nice view in front of a couple of the houses there. And you can see the majority of the town. It's quite nice. And then you can go onwards from there, end up in another part of Brick Hill. I think it's Great Brick Hill or something like that. And yeah, again, the views are nice. And it's only a 30-mile-an-hour area, which to a lot of people is like, oh no, what? But for me, it's like this is fine. This is cruising speed. If it was like 10 or 20 miles an hour, maybe I'd have an issue with it. But 30 is just a nice gentlemanly ride. Nice cruising speed, low cruising speed. How much is that house? I want to know. I genuinely want to know. How much would a house be on Brick Hill? Average house prices around here as it stands, 2017, I reckon are about, if you're looking for a 2-bedroom house, anywhere between 180,000 at least to 250,000. And it goes up from there. It's madness, and simply because we're so close to London, and this is a rather large town, so there's a good population. There are Virgin trains which go direct from here to London, so it's kind of, yeah. This is why I like this area. It's wooded, it's closed off from like the main town, everything. And the bike looks good, man. I'm gonna miss this dear old babe. I really am. Even I missed a bit. Yeah, shouldn't do that. Exhaust pipes are hot. Oh no, it's gone smudged it all. Look at that. I'm gonna have to clean that again. Never mind. Yeah. I love this area, man. Absolutely love it. What would be awesome up here is a paintballing area. But what we have is a giant golf course. So if you like golf, come up, have a go. And I suppose like those guys are doing, it's a nice area just to get some footage, you know, kind of like I'm doing at the moment. You know, I mean, winter's settling in, the leaves aren't on the trees anymore. It's kind of, I mean, if it snows and it's safe to ride, you know the first thing I'm doing is riding up here. I mean, look at this. There's still frost on the greens. That is kind of magical. I mean, it's like midday as well. I think it's still -1 here. Yeah. Gives you an idea how cold it is. And like I said, man, this is just a nice place to be. A nice place to come. And just ride. As long as you're not stupid about it, of course. Because these roads... Oh, I'd love to go 70 miles an hour down here. Willy-nilly, prat about. But I'm not that kind of rider. Honestly, you could take nearly any angle from this area. Just set your bike or car, whatever, in the middle of the road. Just take a picture, and you'd have some brilliant scenes. Like I said, this place, when it snows and it's safe to ride up here, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do exactly that. Because I want to see this place covered in snow. I can't imagine there'd be a lot of grit down here. Grit on the roads would be important, and I don't believe this place gets a lot of it already of it, so I would need to investigate further. Anyway, that's basically it really. Just a quick update today, and hopefully in the next video I'll have the shiny new bicycle. Motorcycle. Words. Why am I so bad at words? I don't know.